Hello Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week of July 3rd, 2017. And a quick reminder for everyone, the Tarot Homesteady course is now available for purchase and download on my website, integrativemysticism.com, and you can actually follow the links below or just, type that in. It's the same place you would go to get a session with me. But I do want to say a special thank you to everyone who's been so patient and so encouraging with how this weekend has gone. We had an internet outage here at my apartment complex, and it really threw everything off. I mean, I'm getting these weeklies out late. I had a delay and some trouble uploading, but everything was all over. I was like, wah! I don't know what was going on. I just don't know. Luckily, things seem to be all systems go now, but thank you to everyone who's been so cool with me and so kind. I really do appreciate it. So what's going on with your astrology this week, Capricorn? Well, on Tuesday, we do have Mercury, the planet of communications, haste, and speed, finishing up its run through your 7th house of partnerships, your closest one-on-one relationships, your BFF, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, business partner, roommate, all the closest type one-on-one relationships you have. But it's forming a tense square on Tuesday to Uranus, currently in your 4th house of home and family. And there could be some weird energy going on with some pressure from either a partner or a family member to just go and bite off on a crazy risk that is absolutely not worth it. You know, with Mercury square to Uranus, some people get a little bit antsy, they just want change for the sake of change, and sometimes that change looks more like a spiral. And when we have these energies in this kind of clash, it's important to pay attention to where a family member, or possibly even a partner and a child, or a family member and a child, are not actually getting along, and we're trying to do anything to solve the problem. But we want to make sure that we are not alienating anyone at that point in time. This could also indicate a crazy idea or a crazy plan a partner has about either relocation or possibly even what we can do with the home, and it just doesn't look like it's going to pan out. So I wouldn't encourage anyone to just run with this idea. Whatever, your partner, your child, or even a landlord puts on the table, I think we need to veto it. On Friday, we do have, however, Mercury going into Leo, into your 8th house of shared resources and passive income, and forming a lovely sextile to Venus in your 6th house of work, reputation, and your physical health. And an unexpected opportunity to score some quick cash in addition to or on the side from your regular work schedule is going to open up. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that's going to last for ages and ages and ages, but it does seem to be carrying its energy well through the duration of July, which means you could be walking out of July with a lot more coin than you did walking out of June on average. So that could always be a stroke of good luck. So what's going on with your cards this week? Well, for your spiritual advice, we do have the card of Isa, the card of stillness, delicacy, holding things still. All right, now we've got a lot that we need to put on ice this week, especially in the beginning with that Mercury-Uranus square. And this is basically, having, sort of that message that's basically saying, pay attention to where people are not holding still. Sometimes people don't know that if we're going too slow but we come to a stop, we're more comfortable. Instead, they want to hurry things up. They want to rush things. They want to do anything to just feel a change at home, a change at work, a change in love. Now, the problem that happens with people who are desperate for change, who act that way, is that they forget that nothing good comes out of acting desperate. And you may need to be the one who kind of maintains that pause, that's still like, well, maybe we should actually hold on a minute, like let's get our bearings straight. You're going to be doing a lot of talking people off of ledges and possibly even talking people out of, doing something that could be foolish to themselves this week, and the emphasis on the pause is necessary. And even when it comes to yourself, even if things seems to be going a little bit slow or poking along in ways that, it might not necessarily be desirable, I really don't want anything to get rushed for a lot of you Capricorn people this week. It's not going to, it's definitely going to be something that makes you, it's going to be more you're going to have to clean up, I'll just put it that way. Sorry to be cryptic, but that's Mercury square Uranus for you. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and your finances, we have the Nine of Wands reversed. Beautiful card for work and finances, believe it or not, because it looks like somebody who has been blocking your progress, or maybe a policy or some kind of requirement that has been standing in your way, is moving aside this week. You know, with the Nine of Wands reversed, this can indicate a situation where maybe we've had doors shut to us, either from clients, customers, or potential contracts, or even employers who may be shutting their doors for other reasons, maybe shutting things out for other reasons. Maybe they're trying to save money, maybe they got burned recently, maybe they're just highly distractible. But with the Nine of Wands reversed, what we see is we see the guard coming down. We're seeing the doubts, the pessimism, and the defensive, resistant energy that people are usually bringing to the table, it seems, this time of year for you, finally falling down, which is really, really nice because this indicates cooperation. If you've been feeling like a boss or somebody that you're working for has not been able to reason or won't listen to reason, or maybe you're trying to have some kind of negotiation or renegotiation and somebody has just been, you know, plugging their ears, this is the week where we finally have communications, you know, unkinked. Which is, you know, again, I think that has to do with that Mercury-Venus connection. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, relatives, and the others in your life, we've got the Three of Wands upright. And it seems to be like there's going to be some kind of acceleration going on with a plan that you've actually hatched with a friend or a collaborator. The Three of Wands upright indicates that this person may have gotten a green light, or they are giving you a green light, with some kind of big pet project or big secret plan that you guys have kept on the back burner. Now, whether or not this was like a big full-blown complicated plan, or whether or not this was just sort of like a little pipe dream or a little activity, we do have this person actually showing up with, hey, hold on a sec, no, we just got clearance for this, or I just got clearance for this, or we just qualified for that, or it's a yes answer for you, dear. And with the Three of Wands, this connection, this expediting of whatever your initial, maybe, let's say, longer game plans were, is actually going to launch you in a new direction. Because usually with the Three of Wands, we don't only see one green light at a time. We usually see a handful. And like a domino effect, you know, whether this is, again, getting you into a bigger social circle, connecting you with love, or even expanding on your career, or even your spiritual practice, this is something that we're going to see sort of a rapid result progression. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Death card upright. And this card is basically saying, Capricorn, your challenge this week is to start letting things go that you know are done. Okay, with the Death card, usually we see a natural end. Okay, when you know something's about to come to an end and you are, you know, maybe thinking about resisting it, putting it off, you know, not actually allowing the end and the beginning to happen, the Death card will show up as your challenge. You know, so where are you hanging out in a place where it's done? Where are you spending time where you don't belong anymore? This is your challenge here. You may be holding out to see if this actually does change into something else for you. We may be holding out to see if this friend or if this school or whatever or program we're in is going to, you know, turn around and be what it was supposed to be. Now the problem with the Death card is sometimes that answer is it's an ending. That's enough. It may not feel like a good ending, it may not feel like a bad ending, it just may be an ending as in it's enough. But the challenge here is allowing that replacement to come in your life. Because sometimes we don't want the new good thing, we want what we want. Maybe we want to, you know, tweak that line of thinking a little bit. Because with the Death card as your challenge, we're basically seeing, again, there's something you're holding on to that's taking up too much room. For your challenge, for your emotions with water and your romantic life, we've got the Judgment card reversed. And the Judgment card reversed as far as love is concerned, I'm kind of feeling like a lot of you Capricorn people may actually be trying on purpose to get some downtime away from love, or maybe even going out of your way to take some space from a partner or a crush this week. I'm getting the feeling that we just don't necessarily want to deal with it, or at that point in time that person just feels like one more thing to deal with. Now be careful with your partner ending up feeling that way, you know, because we don't want them to feel, you know, like they are just an object, or just a thing, or a problem to be solved, or an issue to be dealt with. The Judgment card reversed is saying that this week, honestly, could be quite nice when it comes to love. It could be wonderful when it comes to love and romance, but I think that what's happening is that it's slightly maligned by the fact that, again, we've got this sense of pressure and crowding elsewheres. The Judgment card reverse is basically saying this week, when your partner is offering their time to you, don't pretend like they're trying to steal your time, because there's a big difference in that sentiment. And I think that you need to allow somebody to offer their time to you. And if you're single and you're heck not looking, you know, some of us are not looking, we're just single, if somebody offers their time to you anyway, you know, you may actually do well to take them up on it. At the very least, you could make a good friend, but there may be more in it too. So that is your horoscope, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me or download the Tarot Home Study course, you can follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.